Good morning, students. All the PCMB lecturers are available in your college. Once again, we are telling, if you have any doubts related to the first few topics, you can come and approach us such that your doubts can be clarified. So today we shall go into the topic. Actually, we are in the topic, the chapter Microbes in Human Welfare. So, in the previous class, we studied about the household uses of microbes, industrial uses of microbes, where we have bioactive compounds, acids, alcohols, antibiotics, like that we have different ones. Simple example. If we are talking about household food materials, bread, Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Next, it is commonly called as baker's yeast and also the brewer's yeast. Both are the same. Next, if we talk about the cheese, the Swiss cheese, Propionibacterium shermani is the microorganism involved. If we talk about the bioactive compounds, we have cyclosporin A extracted from Trichoderma polysporum, statins extracted from the Monastus purpureus. Next, we have streptokinase, commonly called as clotbuster, extracted from genetically modified Streptococcus species. Like that, lots of microorganisms. Another simple example, antibiotics, Penicillium notatum. So, what I want to tell is, microbes not only cause the disease, like what we studied in the human health and the diseases, microbes are also beneficial for human. So, another fascinating topic, very important topic, where you can expect it for 5 marks question in your PU, and you can expect a question in your NEET, that is sewage water treatment. Sewage water treatment. So here we should know that what is this particular sewage? So imagine that we have the houses. So imagine that we are living in a colony where lots of houses are there. So, from the houses we get the waste materials. So, this is the waste material. So, these all waste materials which are collected, it is the drainage. It is the drainage. In the houses, what will be the waste material? It is the kitchen waste. In the kitchen waste, we can talk about food materials which are spoiled food materials, vegetable peelings, spoiled vegetables, etc. If we go into the next one, it is the toilet waste. It is the human excreta. Toilets, or we can also tell it as urine. It is the soap, what we are using. It is the detergent waste materials. So, these all materials which are coming out of the houses, they are thrown into the drainage. And from the drainage, they will be collected in the local water body. It may be a pond or a river. So, you are dumping this all sewage into the pond or the river. Not only that, imagine that not only the household waste materials, we can also have not only the household waste material. Imagine that we have some leather industries or some other industries are there here. So We have the industries like this. So these industries also will have the waste materials. These waste materials are also being collected and thrown into the local water body. This is called as industrial effluents. Not only that, we have dairy industries, poultry industries. So, juice centers are there, or chicken centers are there. So, what they will do? Whatever the waste materials are available from the houses, industries, dairy industries, poultry industries, all are dumped into the local water body. So, now the local water body, either the pond or the river, gets polluted. So, if that is polluted, we must be able to use the microbes to treat it naturally or artificially. If naturally means, it will take years and years. Take a simple example, the Yamuna river. So the Yamuna river near Agra and all have lots of industries to the side. So, but industrial effluents are completely dumped into that particular Yamuna river, and the Yamuna river started to pollute. So if pollution is there, what will happen? You should know here that the organisms like fishes, aquatic plants, all will die. If they die, what will happen? The food material for those particular fishes will not be available. Or if the fishes die, the food material for the birds will not be there, and the birds will not get the food material, means their ecosystem will get spoiled. So the whole ecosystem is disturbed because of this particular sewage. So the government have provided with some plans. That is, before passing away this particular sewage water and the industrial effluents into the local water body, there they will construct the plants called as sewage treatment plants. So what is the special of the sewage treatment plants? Means they can bring this sewage water and throw it into the sewage treatment plants. Industrial effluents, whatever are there, will be thrown into the sewage treatment plants, and they will be purified here and later passed into the local water body. Understood what is the use of the sewage treatment plants? That is, they will collect the sewage from the household, they will collect the industrial effluents, they will collect the dairy, pharma and poultry waste materials and all into the sewage treatment. By using microorganisms, they decrease the toxicity and they will increase the quality of the water and throw it into the local water body, such that the ecosystem will not get spoiled, such that equilibrium will be there, such that the quality of the water and the ecosystem will be healthy and it will not get disturbed. That is the main use of this particular one. So we have very good action plans like Yamuna Action Plan, Ganga Action Plan. It is under the Ministry of Environment and Forestry Department. So, Ministry of Environment and Forestry conducts various mechanisms like Yamuna Action Plan, Ganga Action Plan, such that they can purify the water. Like that, these particular ones can be done. So, that is the sewage water treatment. That is the introduction. Now, we shall go into the how actually they will do. What is the procedure to do? That's what we are going to study now. Now, how can we tell that the water is polluted? How much level the pollution is there? What is the actual test to identify the pollution? That is called BOD. It is called as Biochemical Oxygen Demand. It is called as biochemical oxygen demand. So now, what is this biochemical oxygen demand? Now take simple example, 1 liter of water I have taken. So now imagine that this is water. Now imagine that whatever the sewage water or industrial effluents and all those water I have taken, I have taken a sample from the drainage. From the drainage I have taken 1 liter of water. In that particular drainage, already from the household, vegetable peelings are there, food materials are there, all are being added there. So imagine that these are the toxins which are available in this particular 1 liter of water. So how much amount of oxygen is required for detoxifying or oxidizing the organic matter present in 1 liter of water is called as biochemical oxygen demand. Once again I am telling, listen properly. The amount of oxygen required by the microorganisms to oxidize or detoxify the organic matter present in 1 liter of water is called as biochemical oxygen demand. So it is measured in the form of mg per liter. Mg per liter. So now you tell, if more pollution is there, is the BOD higher? More pollution, less BOD. So you should know that more polluted water will have more pollutants. More pollutants require more oxygen to detoxify it. So higher the pollution, higher the BOD. Very, very important question. So higher the pollution or higher the polluted water, higher its BOD. Means what is the meaning? We require much amount of oxygen to detoxify the organic matter or the material present in 1 liter of water. So we are taking microbes, providing with oxygen such that the oxidation will occur and the organic matter will become decreased. And it is the meaning that we are purifying indirectly. So like that we can see. So you should know that rainwater is the purest form. Rainwater is the purest form. So its BOD is 0 BOD. So it is 0 BOD. Next, river water or pond water normally will have 4 BOD. But now imagine a big industry is there where producing a large amount of leather or different other ones. Organic matter is very much, industrial effluents are there. So it will have industrial effluent will have nearly about 360 BOD. Means more the pollution, more the BOD, directly proportional. Now here only you will be having another important concept, dissolved oxygen. So see here, BOD is 0, so dissolved oxygen will be higher, more dissolved oxygen. Here what will happen? Pollution is higher, dissolved oxygen is lesser, inversely proportional. So BOD and pollution directly proportional, and dissolved oxygen you will be having the reverse. Like that you must be able to know. So very frequently asked question in your NEET is, they will give 3 to 4 samples are being collected, which is river water, which is industrial effluent, and which is the purest form. Like that it is the one. So like that it is the biochemical oxygen demand. Now we shall go with the details of how a sewage treatment plant will be available and how we can do the sewage water treatment. So the sewage water treatment will have the primary sewage tank, secondary sewage tank, and the tertiary sewage treatment tank. So primary, secondary and tertiary sewage treatment plants are available. First one, you should know that primary is every time physical treatment. Second one, it is the biological treatment. And the third one is the chemical treatment. So there are three methods where we can do the sewage water treatment: physical, biological and chemical. In the physical treatment, we will have two methods called filtration and the second one called sedimentation. So in the physical treatment, two methods or two process will take place. First one is filtration and the second one is sedimentation. So imagine that this is the primary tank. So whatever the industrial effluents or the sewage it is there, so it is the sewage which is available. The sewage is collected and being dumped into the primary tank. First, the primary tank will be having large filters. So imagine that this is the filters. Next one. So this particular sewage, when it is being dumped, so you will be having the sewage will be dumped into the primary treatment tank. So when we do this process, the whatever the solid materials are there, they will get settled at the bottom. So this is the settled one. So whenever we throw the sewage into the primary treatment tank, first filtration will occur, next sedimentation will occur. What is this particular filtration? When we throw the sewage, whatever the thermocol is there, whatever the plants which are dead are there, whatever dead bodies are there. Simple example, if we are talking about Ganga river, dead bodies will be thrown directly into the water. Those also will be there. So these all which are being available, solid materials are there, those will be separated, dried, powdered and used as manure. That is one. What is the another? When we allow this particular water or effluent to settle, you will get the sludge. See this word, we have a new word here. It is now called as primary sludge. So now the question is, what is this sludge? Sludge is any component which is obtained after settling. As it is the primary sewage treatment plant, it is called as primary sludge. So this is the primary sludge. The primary sludge will have sand particles, gravel particles, solid materials, all those are being removed away and being used as manure. So filtration is over, sedimentation is over, and the remaining one is called as effluent. Now we must go into the effluent. So this is called as effluent. This effluent is passed into the biological secondary treatment plant. Actually, microbes are involved in the secondary treatment tank only. In the primary treatment, we did not talk about any microbes are involved here. So like that. So here we are sending this particular component into secondary treatment tanks. So imagine that. This is the secondary treatment tank. Actually, into this particular one, we will use aerators. So what is this particular aerators? Here you should know that it is done aerobically. Aerobic. What is the meaning of aerobic? We will supply with a large amount of oxygen. Large amount of oxygen. So the industrial effluent or the effluent after the primary treatment is passed into the aerobic chamber, where large amount of oxygen is dumped. When large amount of oxygen is dumped, now the oxygen is there, microbes will take the organic matter and this oxygen and start breaking them. If we oxidize them, BOD gradually decreases. Understood what I told? So here, whenever the industrial effluent is being passed into the secondary treatment aerobic tank, large amount of oxygen is added or dumped and the BOD gradually decreases. That's what happens in this particular aerobic tank. So in this aerobic tank, so continuously aeration is done. At last what will happen means, you are able to see the formation of some structures which are mesh-like. These are called as flocks. Very, very important one mark question, either for NEET or for PU. What are flocks? These are the mesh-like structures formed in the secondary treatment aerobic tank, formed by the association of algae with this particular or bacteria with the fungus. So bacteria and the fungus will form some mesh-like structures. These mesh-like structures will be floating here. So that mesh-like structures formed by the association of bacteria and the fungus is called as flocks. It is normally formed in the biological secondary treatment tank only, that too aerobic tank only. So now, after for many number of days, this particular aeration will be done continuously, air will be dumped into this one, flocks formation will take place. Now, after many number of days, when the BOD gradually decreases, at that time, we will send this particular effluent along with the flocks into the next tank. Imagine that this is the next tank. So, all the component is being allowed. So now this particular tank is called as settling tank. It is called as settling tank. Whenever the settling tank is being done, what will happen? It will get settled. What will get settled actually? You should know that it is the flocks along with the organic matter. What is left over? Those all will get settled. Already I used a word. Whenever settlement is there, it is called sludge. So now we will call this as secondary sludge, because it is of secondary biological treatment. That's why it is called as secondary sludge. You also should know this is also called as activated sludge. It is also called as activated sludge. Now the question is, why it is called activated sludge? Why it is called means lots of microbes are there. Lots of microorganisms are there. That's why it is called as activated sludge. Now imagine this particular whatever the leftover organic matter is there, it is passed into the next tank. It is passed into the next tank. What is this particular tank called? Here you should know that it is anaerobic tank. Here I told it is aerobic. Here it is anaerobic. Means what is the meaning? In this particular secondary treatment only, maximally microorganisms we are using. The microbes which are aerobic which require oxygen will detoxify this one and oxidize and decrease the toxicity and increase the BOD here. Later, whatever the effluent is there is passed into the anaerobic tank. This is having methanogens. What is the meaning? methane producing one. So they will start oxide, means whenever this effluent, so imagine that this is the effluent. The effluent is collected and passed into the anaerobic tank where methanogens are there. So whatever the leftover organic matter is there, that will get detoxified and that will start producing the biogas. Biogas as the byproduct. As more biogas is produced, large amount of organic matter is gradually decreased. BOD is actually from higher, slowly it will decrease. That's what will happen. So now see here, whenever this effluent is already been passed away, so now this effluent is already passed into the anaerobic. Now the leftover small amount of it is passed into this one as inoculum. Now the question is, what is inoculum? The source of microorganisms. The source of microorganisms which is having lot of microorganisms and already new fresh effluent is added. Microbes we are adding, more flocks are produced, allow it to settle, the effluent is thrown into the anaerobic and small amount is thrown here and the activated sludge is dried, powdered and used as manure. Now where is the effluent? It is available here. Now this effluent is passed into the next tank that is called as chemical tank. It is the third tank called as the chemical treatment. Here we will use alum. Here we can use alum or chlorine or potassium permanganate, KMnO4. KMnO4, potassium permanganate, or ozone or ultraviolet radiations. So why we are using all this? To kill the microorganisms which are dangerous to us. Because after this one, we are throwing it into the local water body, means to the river, pond or any other. So we are adding or we are using ultraviolet radiations, ozone rated, automatically pathogens will die and we are leaving pure water into the local water body and the BOD gradually and successfully able to decrease. Lesser the BOD, more pure it is. High BOD will be available here. By the end of the chemical treatment, everything will, that is the BOD gradually decreases. Understood here? So now we shall talk about having a glance. So the sewage water treatment plant will have the primary, secondary and the tertiary treatments. Primary treatment is physical, which is being done by filtration and sedimentation, and the biological treatment is completely aerobic, it is completely microbial activity and it will be done by aerobic method and the anaerobic method, and tertiary is completely chemical to kill the pathogens. So filtration, sedimentation, effluent, formation of primary sludge. Next here, biological activity, aerators are used, aeration is done, aerobic microorganisms will utilize the organic matter and production of flux. So definition of flux. The association of bacteria, the mesh-like association of bacteria and the fungus in the aerobic secondary sewage biological treatment tank is called as flux. Next, whatever the one is passed into the settling tanks, where when it gets settled, the effluent is passed into the anaerobic tanks, and the anaerobic tank will have the methanogens, where it will produce the biogas. Then the next it is the activated sludge, which is after the settling tanks are been there, and the next the effluent which comes from this will be passed to the chemical treatment where pathogens different other are removed away by either using alum or chlorination like bleaching powder or potassium permanganate, ozone, ultraviolet, and left into the local water body and makes the purest form of the water, and we can protect the water resources. So the water resources are being in clear such that ecosystem imbalance will not be there. All the organisms can be able to grow properly. So that is about the sewage treatment, sewage water treatment and the sewage treatment plants. Students, all of you start reading. Don't waste much time. Please try to read and don't waste much time and use the time properly and approach us for any doubts and queries. Thank you.